If you're looking to solidify your form on a row, try these groove rows out. What you'll do is you'll take one row, no weight, followed by the exact same range of motion with a weight. So try and squeeze the back in the motion that you want, pick up a weight, and do the exact same range of motion. No matter where you go, you're trying to mirror that with the weight. So if you take a little bit tighter range of motion, try and take tighter range of motion with the weight. Open it up with a twist, try and do the same thing when that weight's in your hand. You can do it with just about any exercise, but I love rows and flies because of how quickly the transition is and how similar the range of motion is whether you're weighted or unweighted. You really get a nice contrast of feel between weight and no weight.
Go ninja, go ninja, go, what? Go ninja, go ninja, go, what? Go ninja, go ninja, go, what? Ninja, ninja, what? Magic ninja, what? Go ninja, go ninja, go, what? Go ninja, go ninja, go, what? Go ninja, go ninja, go, what? Ninja, ninja, what? Magic ninja, what? Go ninja, go ninja, go, 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 go ninja, go ninja, go.
Go ninja, go ninja, go, what? Go ninja, go ninja, go, what? Go ninja, go ninja, go, what? Ninja, ninja, what? Magic ninja, what?
What's the time? It's time to get ill. What's the time? It's time to get ill. So what's the time? It's time to get ill. Now what's the time? It's time to get ill. I'm not the type of person like to waste my time. And when I'm on the mic, I just say my rhyme. And I got all the check is in the mail. Think it sends me to life. And I won't go to jail. Who can't collect it? From class I was ejected. Just be my DNCA. Really? What's that time? It's time to get ill. You've been fully captivated by the funky ass bass. Your girlfriend screams and I'm
Uncurl all the flexion in your life with a concept called 2D extension. The idea is that in one plane of motion, or 2 dimensions, we're going to try and extend our body as far as we can from endpoint to endpoint, whether it's from toes to fingers, or whether it's from fingers to the other fingers, the idea is we're trying to spread along that dimension as far as we can. What you probably can't tell is how hard I'm having to work here. I'm pushing my foot away as hard as I can, creating as much distance, reaching up the wall as far as I can. Every little bit counts. Sometimes we'll do counter, sometimes we'll do counter with a little perpendicular reach, but the idea is that no matter where you're reaching, even if it's going to be on a diagonal, you're going to try and create that distance along the plane as wide and as far apart as you can. The harder you work on this, the more you get out of it. In fact, you should be sweating by the time you get done with a few minutes of this, because that means you're really pushing the extension. It's pretty easy to get caught up in thinking that balance training should be about trickery or creating new things, or just taking a super simple concept and making it more and more unstable until we've stopped doing a balance exercise and started doing something more like a circus act. How about instead of that, we take a stable platform and we try and move the body in lots of different ways and keep things as controlled as possible. It might not seem as crazy or as fancy, but really this is what balance is going to be about for most people. How you move your body, how you control it, and most importantly, how you move it in lots of different ways and how you keep it safe and controlled. Now, you're always going to be able to mix in a few different things, but fundamentally, balance is about control. So let's worry about that first, and then we can start adding some weights and different variabilities and powers and movements and directions. And then if you really want to get fancy, you can start spinning around and acting like a breakdancer, or going upside down, or doing cartwheels. But really, let's start with controlling the body first and work from there.